1,500 pounds per square inch in those feet. She says, I used to kill monkeys. Now I kill jackrabbits. And she says she wants to kill some coyotes too. She was telling me the other day. Good girl. Look how fast she killed that thing. Dead as a doornail in 5 seconds. That rabbit's graveyard dead. The most powerful eagle in Africa. Whoa.
The night is the one true side of hunting left yet to be explored. And as far as I'm concerned, there's no right or wrong way to hunt at night. All we did is take the funnest sport on the planet, and we did it our way. We are all complete addicts. And if anybody tried to come and tell us we had to stop, good luck with that. If one were to ask me why is a predator hunter spending so much time with a falconer catching jackrabbits at night, I would respond by saying, what Titus does with his birds at night is one of the most exciting things I've ever personally seen. And the jackrabbits are only the precursor to the real end game, which has been catching a coyote with an eagle from the start. And for Titus, there is only one eagle suited for the task. The crowned eagle is renowned as Africa's most powerful and ferocious eagle in terms of weight and nature of prey taken. Boasting over 1,500 pounds per square inch in their feet, they are known to take down monkeys, and believe it or not, small African children have been killed by this powerful predator. Since day one, Titus has said he was going to catch coyotes with eagles, and by God, he's not far from it.
We're gonna hook up this Toyota to this trailer I've had for about 30 years. And then we're gonna put the Tom car on it. We got about 4 or 5 miles to get where we're hunting. We're taking an eagle, Rousey. And she's a tropical bird, and we don't want to expose her to too much cold. Being able to tow the Tom car with us keeps the eagle out of the cold weather while we're driving to the hunting ground. I'm gonna go bring the Tom car, bring it right up on the back. She's ready. She's been calling all day. If she had a cell phone, she'd be using it. Oh, almost got it in the back of the Toyota. Oh, safety brake on. Next stop, jackrabbit heaven. I'm gonna turn that on. See that exhaust fume coming this way? If she's sitting in that with an open window, that could be big trouble. Carbon monoxide poisoning kills a lot of falconry birds, and we don't want that happening.
Anyone who's spent 5 minutes around Titus can clearly see how much he cares about the well-being and safety of his birds. Between the ground battles with jackrabbits or even road hazards like telephone wires, there are so many ways a bird can get injured or even killed. It's just a reality every falconer has to face. The method Titus has created for hunting his birds at night from a moving UTV believe it or not, is in fact exponentially safer for the bird than traditional on-foot falconry during the day. And for all the skeptical falconers who just jumped up and yelled BS, here's your proof why. Not only does Titus get to the bird much faster after the catch by using a UTV, but he also has much more control over the bird's flight once it leaves the glove, because he controls what the bird sees and doesn't see with his light. His light actually serves as a leash, like on a dog if you will, to either keep the bird from seeing possible harmful game he doesn't want them to pursue, or simply get them to land. In a nutshell, the bird's attention will be focused where he wants it, and not just wherever the bird decides to look like they do during the day when they can see everywhere. And the moment he wants the bird to land, all he has to do is kill his light. That control over the bird is a luxury reserved for only future falconers who choose to hunt their birds at night with the use of a light. That is why he has 0 bird fatalities after 7,000 plus slips. Any falconer being critical of Titus needs to show the world their track record to compare to his, and we'll see who's embarrassed.
Oh, we gotta get my scale. We gotta weigh her up. Gotta weigh these birds every night. I know. There's guys that say, oh, I can tell by looking at them. And a lot of times you can. But I like to keep pretty good notes, so I know exactly what's going on. All right, let's go get the Queen of Africa. Miss Rousey, you want to go hunting, girl? She says, you know I do. So we built a nice little heat chamber for Rousey, and she goes in there in the evening. Even when the temp is like 20 degrees out here, she's about 45 degrees in there. Come on, we're gonna go catch a big jack. Let's go. Come on. What up? Good girl. Good girl, Rouse. Rousey's a good girl. She's a sweetie. Rouse is a sweetie pie. She says, yeah, we want to go kill a big jack. Yes, we do. Good girl, Rouse. That's a sweetie. All right, let me get her Jess. Good girl, Miss Rouse. She says, I used to kill monkeys. Now I kill jackrabbits. And she says she wants to kill some coyotes, too. She was telling me the other day. 1,500 pounds per square inch in those feet. The most powerful eagle in Africa, based on the size of the game they take. Whoa. Okay, Rouse, let's go kill a big fat black-tailed jackrabbit. Yeah, the ones that are eating Roger's farm.
Titus has essentially created a blueprint for future falconers to follow as a guide for using his approach of hunting falconry birds at night from a moving UTV. And if someone else wanted to know where to start and just how to approach the landowner to be 110% legal, like Titus, here's how.
Well, first of all, if Roger said, no, I don't want you out there, that's the end of the story. But if he says it's okay, then I say, well, would you please call our local game warden and tell him that the jackrabbits are eating your crops and that I am willing to come out here and chase those jackrabbits with my hawks and kill them at night, which puts them into the category of a pest or a nuisance. And then the game warden says, yes, okay, you can do that. And
after
you have spoken to him directly.
After I've contacted the game warden and given him the okay, that it's okay with me. Then,
and you want it because they're eating your crops. Yeah, absolutely.
Then Titus has a green light to hunt jacks.
I have a green light. Roger, you know, another thing that really makes me feel good, besides the fact that we're taking care of these jackrabbits that are eating your crop, is that we can do all this without any traps, any poisons, and my birds are having a blast, and I'm having a blast. No gunfire. We do it at night so we don't interfere with your regular maintenance of the farm and your farm equipment. Your upland bird hunters, your deer hunters, we don't interfere with them. Just really makes me feel good. There's Tanner with an African crowned eagle on his glove. Oh, wow. Look at that.
Pretty cool.
You're not kidding there. Not many people got that going on. I just hope she doesn't fly away with Tanner after she finishes that rat.
How can anyone who calls themselves a falconer argue with that? Over the past 4 years, I've had a front row seat to all the negative criticism Titus has received from other falconers and small falconry organizations simply for the way he hunts his birds. Although his way is proven to be exponentially safer for the bird and provides the bird with the best advantage possible, like traditional falconry said any good falconer should for their bird, they still condemn and shun him like an outcast with absolutely zero credible rationale why, other than it's just different. Well, that's not good enough. Titus has no motive but to be the best falconer he can possibly be and to share his experiences with others so that maybe one day they too will become a falconer and carry the sport on for the next generations to come. If other falconers like Titus don't pass the torch to the future of the sport, who will? I've learned over the past few years, there are two clearly defined different types of falconers. The first type being like Titus, who wants the sport to grow and longs for any chance they get to help someone else who may become a falconer someday. The other type, type 2, are the self-proclaimed elitist who simply want to lock everyone else out. If you practice the sport, you're either one type or the other. There's no in between. It's that simple. The unfortunate reality is, any stagnant sport without progressive growth internally will eventually die and cease to exist.
Get him, girl. Get him, girl. Get him. Get him, girl. Get him. Get him. Woohoo!
And it would be a selfish tragedy for a sport as great as falconry to be remembered as the sport everyone used to enjoy because all the elitists chose to lock out all the next generations. Maybe now is a good time for all those casting stones to take a good look in the mirror and ask themselves, what have I done for the sport here lately? It's all about leaving the sport better than you found it. And anyone who feels Titus hasn't done that,
All right, it's Macy
needs to hunt with him just one time.
with Rousey. They talk about girl stuff.
Making friends and growing the sport provides security in numbers that could never be achieved through harsh criticism of others who are supposed to be on the same team.
He said, here you go, here's a piece right here. Oh, no, never mind. I want it all. Corey's helping here. Hey, Corey. Corey's a falconer. He's got Sir Hawkins.
Some of the encounters we've had over the past few years have been unbelievable. And one that sticks out the most in my mind is the night Roxy almost caught a pheasant in midair. That jackrabbit had never been so happy to see a pheasant in all his life. Anyone who thinks the bird has the advantage because of the deer in the headlights theory, wrong again. 5 minutes with Titus on a hunt proves that notion can't be further from reality. Out of all the falsehoods I've heard from complaining falconers, that's the one I've heard the most. And I just laugh every time I hear it because they haven't got a clue of what they're talking about. They simply don't understand because they've never personally been there and done it. They all want to act like they have, but when I read comments like, blind the jack with the light so it freezes, then bird comes out of nowhere and hits it, wham! A lot of sport that is. Give me a break, guys. Does this jack look like he suffers from deer in the headlights? Or this jack? Or what about this one? Or how about this one? I think I've made my point. Those guys are so far off track of what really happens, I think they need to go to the doctor and get checked out.
She's got her own perch right in the front seat. She loves riding in the truck. Now she's ready for her trip. Yep. Gotta get my little keys right here. Keep my head down, getting in. Rousey, you ready for a ride? She's got that nice hood on that Gary Brewer made for me. And it's the best thing. I couldn't do without it. Everything he does is first class, and it's no different on these hoods.
After I saw it, I had a whole different opinion of what he was doing, and I became fascinated with it and amazed. In fact, I've said that in 10 years, time from now, there'll be a lot of people in areas where there's lots of jacks that'll be doing this, and Titus blazed the trail for a lot of people. I mean, the details of how he went about it and how he made those decisions and how he persevered through it after failure after failure after failure, and not being ready to accept failure, but then seeing those little glimmers of progress that indicated to him that this is doable. And for him to stay the course and get it worked out to the point that he's got it worked out today is not only amazing, but as far as I'm concerned and the way I'm viewing it, it's a gift to falconry, because the things that he's accomplished and the things that he's worked out are going to be somebody else's problem and somebody else's situation somewhere down the road.
The end game has always been coyotes. But first, Titus has set his sights for Rousey on smaller targets to prepare her for what's down the road. I've told Titus from day one, you find the right eagle and train it, and the night crew will take care of the coyote. This journey to catch a coyote with an African crowned eagle from a moving UTV at night will be the first of its kind in history, and only time will tell how long it will take for Titus to become the only falconer in the world to do just that.
I really believe in a warm trade for a warm killed rabbit. Good girl, Ralph.
It may not be today or tomorrow, but one thing's certain. If I know Titus, he won't be satisfied until he's accomplished his goal, and neither will I. We are already working out the details of this mission, and come hell or high water, we will catch and kill a full-grown coyote with that bird, no matter how long it takes. There's a reason the African crowned eagle is in fact the most powerful and ferocious bird in all of Africa. And for those of you who don't think Rousey is capable of the task at hand, think again.